Thrifting in Japan has always been a dream of mine, and so with that I am so excited to be able to bring you this Come Thrift with Me in Japan. Get comfy, grab a cup of tea and let's go thrifting in the best place ever. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new Thrift with Me in Japan. If you have seen the first video in this series, then amazing, welcome back. If you haven't, I highly recommend going to check it out. There were so many amazing shops and items and a massive haul in that video, so I will link it down below. But yes, with that, welcome back to a new Thrift with Me in Japan. In this video, we visit Kyoto and Osaka, which are two areas in Japan, and we of course do some thrifting. I will say we only do a little bit of thrifting in Kyoto and then most of the video is in Osaka, but there are so many amazing shops in this video that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. I am already planning my next trip to Japan to do more thrifting, and this time I will learn from my mistake and I will take a empty suitcase. I didn't listen to everybody that told me to do that last time, so I'm sorry. But yes, I believe these first shops are in Kyoto and then we head to Osaka, so sit back, get comfy and let's go thrifting. Right then, let's go shopping in Kyoto. The main thing that I really wanted to try and find in this first shop, I remember really trying my best to find a cap, because on this trip I really just wanted to come away with a cap because I'm going to Florida in August and I wanted one to kind of keep my head protected from the sun. Spoiler alert, I don't find one. I don't know how I didn't find one. Actually, Mike got one, but I didn't get one. And I don't know, I just feel like maybe caps aren't meant for my head. I feel like they all look a little bit weird, a bit flat. They just don't really suit me, so maybe I'll have to go for a different style of hat. But yeah, I was trying my best to look for a cap, and then also was going through this basket of everything that had like beanies and berets in. This next section was mainly jumpers. There were so many like sweatshirts in here and hoodies as well. Definitely all very Americanized, but I mean, if you're looking for a cozy jumper, then this was like definitely the place to shop. There were so many to pick from. Now, I love myself any vintage or secondhand jewellery, so this section I was really in my element. I tried to take my time to have a good look through everything. In case you're wondering what 2,090 yen is, you can see that price in the back. It is around £10, so yeah, these rings and that were around £10 mark, British pounds, in case you are American. But yeah, not badly priced, also not like as cheap as like a charity shop here in the UK, but it was all really nice jewelry. They had some really nice things to pick from. They had like vintage inspired earrings, so many necklaces and cool vibes and bracelets and bangles. So yeah, if you love jewelry, this is definitely a great place to look. I mean, these beaded ones were so cool. So after looking at the jumpers, the jewellery and the denim jackets and some bags, we then moved over to these gorgeous little tops. I thought that these were so funky and cute. If these were on Vinted, they would definitely sell for like a high price. But yeah, I just love the crinkle material. I really think that that is such a flattering material on pretty much anyone. They had them in so many different colours and yeah, I was obsessed. one day today, and I am currently in Osaka, Japan. So this is a very exciting video, but I thought I would bring you guys along on a little thrifting day. We're going to go and visit some thrifting shops here in Osaka. I have filmed one of these in Tokyo and a little bit in Kyoto, but at this current moment in time I'm not sure whether we'll have a separate Kyoto one to Osaka, so you guys will be able to tell by the title at this point. But this is our first day in Osaka, and not seeing much shopping at the moment, but I'm hoping the next 3 days we'll be able to find a good amount. So we've had a relaxing morning. We were trying to hire some bikes, but we actually couldn't find like a bike rental place anywhere, so that was a bit unsuccessful. But now we're going to go to one of the main shopping areas and we're going to see what goodies we can find vintage wise, and yeah, hopefully there's a lot to look at. So far we've been here in Japan for 3 weeks now. This is actually our last week, so I can just by everything I've seen so far, the shopping is honestly incredible, and I just need to come back again just to do a shopping trip. Okay, we've just arrived off the tube to an area called Namba, and I think this is like one of the main areas in Osaka. There are so many shops, guys, that we've just discovered. We just went down all of this market here, but none of them are like thrifting shops, so I haven't filmed in them because I'm just like, I know that you've probably come to this video to watch me thrifting, but yeah, I'll film in a few of them if I think it's worth it. But yeah, we're still on the hunt for a thrifting shop, but might stop into Tully's Coffee because that is apparently like the Japanese Starbucks. So I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to give it a go. The very first thrifting shop that I went into whilst in Osaka was called Book Off, and if you have heard anything about Japan secondhand market, you've probably heard of Book Off. This one unfortunately wasn't a clothing store. I didn't realise until I got in, but it was like a DVD, anime, bookstore, CDs, like video games, all of that type of stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to film it and just share it with you guys, but yeah, nothing here for me at all. Right, this next bit that I stumbled upon, this was actually a lost and found section, which was like so weird. I at the beginning was like really excited. I was like, oh my god, this is actually very cool. And then as me and Mike walked around, we both were kind of thinking like, oh, is this a bit weird? Like, I don't know, like, have things been cleaned? This felt very exposing, and there was so many items. Obviously, being Japan, obviously they get a lot of tourists, so a lot of people are probably losing their items. All of these rings, like, imagine the personal story behind these rings and these items in general. People, when you lose something, you obviously don't intentionally want to lose it. So I just kept thinking about how people would be sad that they didn't have their item anymore, and it kind of made me sad because I was like, oh my god, all these items at some point have belonged to somebody. Obviously it's the same with like secondhand, you know, thrift stores and charity shops, but this just being like lost and found just felt that little bit more personal in a weird way. I think the thing is that when you go thrifting, you feel as if people have willingly given up those items, whereas here it kind of felt like people didn't want to lose these items, they've just accidentally lost them. And obviously, you know, secondhand stuff, whether it's lost and found, whether it's in the charity shop, it's all had a life before it. But yeah, something about these items just felt a little bit more personal. But anyway, they had some beautiful bits. They had gorgeous little handbags, they had lots of teddies and jewelry items. But yeah, I didn't get anything because I just couldn't bring myself to. I don't know, I just felt like these items should be going back to the people who lost them, but obviously that's somewhat impossible. And of course, if that can't happen, it is good that they have the ability to have a new life as well. If you are still here at this point and watching me thrift in Japan, then make sure you subscribe. And I just want to say thank you for sticking around. We are 10 minutes in, so I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, these next two stores were called Kinji, and it was weird because they were opposite from each other, but they were like the same store. So yeah, it was confusing, but I enjoyed looking at both of them. And I also will say that they did actually have a no camera or filming sign, so I was being a little bit cheeky here, and towards the end there was a guy who was kind of following me around, and I was like, any minute now I'm gonna get told off. Anyway, back to the shop itself. This shop was very cool. It was probably one of the first ones that I went in Osaka that I was like, oh, there's so many amazing items in here. Like, it was very organized, and they just had a really nice take on vintage stuff, but like modern at the same time, like things that I could definitely see myself wearing. The cardigan section was 10 out of 10. I was fully obsessed. This one was absolutely gorgeous, and they had little baskets. Like, I love it when thrift stores have baskets. It is so fun because you just feel like you can get so much more stuff, and it just makes the experience more fun and enjoyable. And you still obviously have to root through everything. It's not like, you know, super curated, but there was definitely, if you did root through, you definitely would get the reward because the items were really cool. Right, the next shop that we went into was called Jam, and if you go to Japan, you'll probably see a lot of these Jam stores around. They are not my favourite, I won't lie. They are obviously just imported American items, so it's a bit, yeah, it's not really my vibe 100%, but I thought I would go in and have a look and just see if there was anything in there, possibly. I also feel like these were so overpriced, guys. If my memory serves me correctly, these t-shirts were like £50 up. Like, it was just a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I did not understand the pricing at all. The Animal Kingdom top I really wanted, but I was like, I'm not paying that price for it. But yeah, a nice store to look in and have a browse, but nothing really that I would like want to take home with me. Hello guys, it is day 2 of thrifting in Osaka. So I think in the previous day we did a few different shops, but to be honest, a lot of them were very Americanized, so like very American clothing focused, and they did kind of state that the clothing had been imported from America. So obviously that reflects why the clothing was that kind of way, but I have kind of found that in a lot of the secondhand charity shops and vintage shops here, a lot of it is kind of like Americanized clothing, which is a bit disappointing because I was trying to find things that are kind of a little bit cooler or like reflective to the Japanese style. But we continue, so today we're continuing our hunt to see if we can come across any other charity shop inspired shops here in Osaka. There was one in Tokyo that was amazing that you probably will have already seen at this point, and that was like a proper charity shop, whereas the ones here have just mainly been like vintage stores, which are good but not kind of like, you don't really have to do much rooting through. So yeah, we'll see what we can find, but we're out and about. I've got a little white skirt on today because the sun is finally shining, and yeah, we'll see if we can find any more goodies. Got my fingers crossed, and I'm going to try and be positive, and yeah, hopefully we'll come across some good shops. Now, if you've made it to this point, then well done to you, because you are about to enjoy the best thrifting store I went to on my whole trip. This store was truly 1,000 out of 10, guys. I cannot wait to show you guys it. As soon as me and Mike walked in, we spotted these Keen sandals. We both want to get these sandals for our trip in the summer. And if you don't know Keen, it's a really good like shoe brand, and they are, I think they might be Japanese, I'm not entirely sure on that, but they are everywhere in Japan. So them sandals were pretty incredible. Mike would have got them if they were in his correct size, but they had so many of them, and they were around £30, and these sandals can go for up to £100 plus. So yeah, that was a great place to start. Now, are you seeing this LL Bean bag? Because LL Bean is my dream brand. Like, if I could ever do a collaboration with anyone, it would be them, guys. There were so many LL Bean items in the form of jackets, bags, shoes. Like, they just had everything, because I believe LL Bean is a Japanese brand. So that's why thrifting in Japan can be so amazing, because they have the best brands in their charity shops. Of course, they had so much denim as well, lots of Carhartt denim. I mean, this shop was just honestly on another level. Lots of Lee denim as well, Levi's as well. So that was the men's section, but then I started to move over to the women's section, and this is when I kept seeing bag after bag after bag. Like, I cannot tell you the level of bags in here. The quality and the prices were just insane. But yeah, I pulled out this summer dress because I thought it might be really nice for my holiday in Florida. It was giving like Hawaiian beachy vibes. I honestly was truly obsessed. I thought the colours were absolutely gorgeous. Like, where the hell would I get this type of thing in the UK? It's just not possible. Next to that was some random denim dungarees. Felt like it was in a bit of a random position, but I mean, that's all part of the fun and games of thrifting. I honestly tried my best to do section by section in this shop, but I just was getting too overwhelmed and distracted by all of the beautiful bags that were on top of like the jeans, the dresses. They kind of had like the bags above each rail, and so I'm just a bag obsessed woman. I cannot help myself. So yeah, I'm sorry that I kept getting distracted. At this point, I'd kind of done the jeans, the trousers, the shoes, and some bags, and I think I moved over to some white summer skirts and trousers potentially. The one thing that stood out to me the most was kind of like the cut of the clothing. It was just all super like high fashion, like flowy. It just was a really nice silhouette. I felt like every item that I pulled out, the shape, it had a really nice waistband, or it just had a really like fashion forward waist, which I loved. Obviously, I was in the blue section at this moment. You guys know how much this royal blue is my colour. I'm just obsessed with it. It is basically my branded colour. So I definitely had to spend some time in this section, have a look. Then I carried on wandering, got to the back of the wall. There were so many amazing t-shirts. And then I turned right and there was this whole bag section. Guys, I was like, what the hell? I thought there was just bags in the other bit. No, there was like 5 shelves of bags. I was fully like, what? This is a dream. This is like, my dream has come true. Am I dreaming right now? Because I honestly felt like it. After spending some time in the dresses section, I then moved over to some t-shirts and more blouses, and I think jackets as well at this point. So yeah, I pulled out this gorgeous green jacket. I really like the shape of that. Then I went into the shirts and I found this gorgeous black shirt. I don't know why this stood out to me so much. I just really liked the shape of it and the kind of white stitching on it. I thought was really pretty. Obviously, I'm going to pull out more bags. So I pulled out this red little handbag. I thought this would be a really cute little beach bag. And then next I pulled out this brown cap. It was kind of like a trucker cap. I found that trucker caps kind of suit me better than more normal caps. So I tried this one on, but it did have a bit of like a structure issue in the main part. So sadly didn't get that one. But from my memory, it was only like £2, which was insane. Okay, at this point we are just about to finish up, so we looked at some of the smaller items. We did some of the jewellery, and then at the bottom they had these little like kind of glass sections that were like purses, sunglasses, like any random bits and bobs that maybe couldn't fit anywhere else. But I just loved this organisation. I thought that these little boxes were very cute. Oh my god, guys, these shoes, these are everything and more, like absolutely stunning. I think they were a bit too big for me, but yeah, then I tried on the black shirt, which I loved. I liked the stitching on it, and I thought that it was a really cute little addition to my wardrobe, so I did take that one home. And by the way, in case you're wondering, I'm not going to have a haul in this video, but I am next week going to upload a full Japan haul, so you will see everything in one place that I thrifted and that I bought normally. So look out for that coming next week.